Hi, and welcome to another SCIS Tracker V2 user tutorial. In this session, we will learn about the new Tracker V2 search screen and how it can be used to return different results based on last actions, company files, and more. From the results returned, we'll talk about what each icon means, how to navigate into a specific bill, and how to print your search results. The Tracker V2 search screen is your gateway to the newly revised SCIS bill tracker system, and therefore it is an important part to master. Let's dive right in. First thing to do once you're logged in is to hover over the tracker icon in the menu bar and click on the Tracker V2. You'll be taken to the Tracker V2 search screen. The first thing you'll notice is on the screen is a warning that says the search criteria do not transfer from the legacy system to this screen. This means that if you're using the legacy search screen and then come to the Tracker V2 search screen, you'll need to enter or verify your search criteria again, because unfortunately we cannot automatically move the criteria from the legacy search system to the V2 search system. Almost all other functions between the legacy and V2 are compatible, but searching is the one area we are unable to exchange data between. So double check your search criteria when you enter this V2 search screen, especially if you're coming from the legacy system. Next, you'll see that the V2 search screen remembers your last search criteria. This is another important note. The system does this because many users want to be able to run a search, enter the bill detail screen of one of the returns, and then come back to the search and go into the next bill in the return set. If we didn't maintain the criteria, you would have to enter all the criteria again and run the search again. This feature is meant to speed up your work when taking actions on multiple bills individually. Please note that if you're going through and just making bills hot or adding bills to company files, going through them bill by bill may not be the most efficient manner. See our bulk bill actions video for instructions on performing things like these on multiple bills at once. Again, bulk bill actions screen is geared towards saving you time when doing repetitive tasks. Now let's get to search. Search has two tabs, Basic and Advanced. 99% of the time, you'll just be working within the Basic tab of the Tracker V2 search screen. The fields within the Basic Search tab are Assembly, Chamber, Bill Number, Last Activity with date ranges, Floor Committee, and Tracked By. Most of those are self-explanatory. Let's go over a few of the SCIS specific options. Last Activity. Here you can select from a list of activities and supply a date range that activity occurred in. This will be the last activity on the bill. When you use last activity, you will be returned a list of bills which have the most recent activity as the one you specified from the dropdown and where the activity was set during the time period you identified. For example, if I wanted a list of bills that had as their last activity introduced from the time of the 101st assembly, I choose Assembly 101st, Chamber any, leave bill number blank, choose last activity as introduction, enter a date range which is sufficient to hit all the bills that I want, leave floor committee at any or change it to any if it was set as something else, and put Tracked By as not specified. Then I click Search. Now if I wanted to filter this to just house bills that were introduced, all I have to do is modify my search criteria. I just come up to the top where it says Chamber, and instead of any, I specify House, and then rerun my search. Now you'll see that only house bills are returned. Let's look at Floor Committee. Specifying a particular floor or committee will refine your searches to only bills which are currently scheduled for or referred to the selected committee. At this point in the 101st assembly, there aren't any real bills in that situation, but we have a test bill that will come back for our example. So for my example, I'm going to do the 101st assembly, any chamber, leave bill number blank, put last activity back to any, make sure that my date range is sufficient to cover everything that's done, For floor committee, the one I'm interested in is House Budget Oversight Panel. Tracked by, leave it as not specified, and click search. This time, I see that my test bill came back. House Bill 9999 is the SCIS test bill. And you can see that the last action was referred to the House Budget Oversight Panel that we specified in our search. Now let's take a look at our most commonly used search criteria, the Tracked By option. Tracked By allows you to pull a list of bills according to a specified company file. You can put a bill in one or more company files. Company files allow you to categorize and organize sets of bills for searching and reporting. Many of our clients create company files based on subject matter or subclient. It is one of the key features of SCIS and sets us apart from the competition. We have no limit on the number of company files you can have or the number of bills you can put into each company file. As previously mentioned, bills can belong to multiple company files as well. In addition to user-managed company files, the SCIS system also creates managed company files. The automatic customer or company files are My Hot Bills and Company Hot Bills. This allows you to report or search for either just those bills which your user ID marked as hot, meaning you'll get alerts via text and email when actions occur, or you can pull a list of hot bills across your entire company, so all the hot bills across all the company logins for your company. Finally, the system also allows you to pull a list of bills relating to any company file, so you can have a list of everything you've marked as something you want to organize without having to pull all the assembly's bills or run each company file individually. We tried to build you all the options you would need to get the information you wanted while automating certain tasks to make it more efficient for you. Speaking of efficiency, if your major reason for coming to the search screen was just to run off a list of your bills and their status, either weekly or daily, then you should try our scheduled reports. We will have a video coming shortly showing how to use this feature, but it's available today for you and can be set up to have your customer files delivered to you on your schedule via email in easy PDF format. Enough about the extras, let's see the Tracked By search in action, setting up our search criteria like this. Assembly, 101st, Chamber, any, Bill number, blank, Last activity, any, Floor and committee, any. Tracked By, we're going to say Honeywell. Then we're going to click search. And we're returned those files, those bills which are identified as belonging to the company file Honeywell. Now, let's try looking for something different. Let's look for all of our hot bills. So in the Tracked By, we drop down the list and we select My Hot Bills and click search. Now we're returned a list of any bill that we've marked hot. You don't have to manage these automatic company files. The system will automatically add and remove bills from this company file as you mark and unmark bills as hot. Let's take a look at the Advanced tab of search. Most of the time you won't need to use these options, or you'll probably set the options and not change them. If we click on Advanced, you'll see the additional options are Sponsor, Include Synopsis, Include Customer User Comments, and Ignore Completed Bills. By specifying a sponsor, you can further refine your list to those bills which were sponsored by a particular person. We only look at the first 3 sponsors of a bill. Include Synopsis allows you to include or exclude the synopsis of a bill. If the purpose of you running this is to print out the results, we recommend that you uncheck Include Synopsis. Some bill synopses can be quite long, and including that in your printout can cause you to use a lot of paper. Include customer user comments means that the comments that you have entered on a customer bill, such as this one, will be included in the return. Those comments are traditionally for internal use only and not to be shared with anyone. So if you're planning on handing this printout or a screen print to someone else, you may want to uncheck this box so that your comments aren't shared with someone else. Finally, ignore completed bills. Completed bills are bills that are marked as either signed by the governor or veto overridden. This was a request from the previous tracking system. Customers wanted to be able to omit bills from their return set where no further action could be taken. With Tracker V2, we're now able to do that. If for some reason you would like governor signed bills or veto overridden bills included in your return set, clear this checkbox and run your search. All these search criteria are additive. So if I was to say tracked by my hot bills and specify a sponsor, it will filter that list by both criteria. So be careful when running a search and make sure that all your criteria are what you really mean for them to be. Now, on to printing. Many users have asked us, how do they print the search results? Most users are looking for a printer-friendly or print button on screen. With a move towards a more modern system, we have eliminated the need for a special print version and have standardized printing of our screens with other web content. If you wish to print any screen within SCIS, just click File and Print on your browser. This works for all Tracker V2 screens. The legacy system still requires a special print option, which unfortunately does not work with modern browsers. Most browsers can print V2 screens by using the Control key followed by the letter P, or File Print. As we mentioned through this video, there are more efficient ways to get your reports if you need them on a recurring fashion. You can look at the Reports menu item or Scheduled Reports to have them either run on demand and saved as PDFs or delivered to you in your inbox on a regular basis. There will be training videos for both of these forthcoming. This ends the training for the Tracker V2 search screen. We hope you've come away with a better understanding of the V2 system and how it can be used to save you time and effort. If you are not yet a customer of SCIS or are an existing DLR only customer and would like to upgrade to our tracker system, please contact our sales department at scis@scisinc.com or call 217-523-6422. We are always available to create 30-day trial accounts or temporary upgrades for you to evaluate the complete SCIS product line. If you have any technical questions about our product or encounter any issues while using it, please send an email to scis@scisinc.com and one of our technicians will be happy to assist you. Thanks again for being a loyal SCIS customer, and feel free to let us know any additional functionality you would like to see in the SCIS product. Look for more training videos on the V2 system coming shortly.